Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ramiki and today we're gonna reach lesson 2 from the computer basic. So that is common computer terminology objective. So what we need to know is what is the computer terminology. So first, identify the primary hardware components of a computer. We did earlier in the previous videos. You can check it out. We talk about the different hardware component of the computer system. That is motherboard, that is RAM, that is central CPU, which is processor, and that is sound card, video card, and etc. So define an operating system and its role. So here we're gonna define about operating system. What is an operating system and what's the role of an operating system? So we talk about define the term program. So what is program? This is basically saying what is application or what is software. Explain what is meant by data. Define the term network and identify the benefit of networking. And the last one will be defining the term internet. So let's get started. Okay, first let's talk about hardware. It refers to all the physical components of a computer. When I say physical component, it means that you can touch. Imagine this microphone right here. You can touch it. That is a physical component. What you can see and what you can touch, that is a physical component. It includes all input devices, processing devices, storage devices, and output devices. As I've said earlier, it includes the processor, the RAM, the motherboard, the hard drive. So you can see an example here. Keyboard, this is keyboard. Mouse, this is a mouse. And motherboard, this is a motherboard. Monitor, this is the monitor. Hard disk, this is the hard disk. Cable, this one is cable. As you can see here, it's connected to a printer. So printer, this one is a printer. So that's basically what you need to know about hardware component of a computer. So next, let's talk about operating system. What is an operating system? If I say operating system, you might be confused. But if I say, let's say Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows XP, and Windows 10, you may say, oh, it's Windows. So that is called operating system. It is the most important software on a computer. It is a system software. It is one of the most important because without an operating system, you wouldn't be able to, your computer won't even turn on. It's like operating system is the soul of your computer. So it controls and manages the hardware connected to your computer through a kernel. It controls the hardware and the software. It provides an interface that helps you to interact with the computer. See, back then before the GUI exists, that is graphic user interface, we have the, what should I say, we have a terminology that is using a command. By using a command, I mean that it's unique and Linux mostly. So there's no interface. You just have to write a bunch of code, and then that's how you command your computer system to work. So now we have Windows 7, 8, 9, 10, which is available in a graphical user interface. Ensure that your computer is functioning properly. So what it means by this is through operating system your computer is functioning. This is basically, I just want to add it in there because it's one of the point that without the operating system your computer not even work. So as I've said earlier, Windows XP is an example of the operating system. So by Windows XP it means Windows Experience. So talking about operating systems, it can either be text-based or graphic-based. As I've mentioned earlier, that those operating system that is basically on a command line like a Linux operating system or a Unix operating system, which is based on text-based, that is command line or command prompt. And talking about the graphic-based operating system, we can say that it is the Windows operating system, starting from Vista, Windows 97, Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 11 or Windows 10. Let's hope for Windows 11 though. Okay, so graphic-based operating system help you install hardware or software with easy-to-use interface. So that's pretty much what I've said. You can easily using the wizard, help wizard, that is next, previous, and all those stuff. So let's go next. Okay, program. By program here, what I've meant is software or application. The hardware and the operating system together are referred to as a platform. So if you install a operating system into your hardware, it will be called as a platform. This one is in computer term. So let's talk about programs. Programs, also called application, use this program platform to perform tasks. So I've already mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video that program can be called as application or software. So there are two many types of programs actually. Some programs allow you to perform tasks such as writing letter, doing calculation, or sending email. Other programs allow you to create illustration, play game, watch movies, or communicate with other computer user. So when we talk about a program that allows you to write such as letter writing, we can say that is Microsoft Word. Doing calculation, we can talk about Tally. It's basically based on mathematical. And sending email, we can talk about Outlook or a lot of email application out there. So if we talk about illustration, we can talk about Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator. You can communicate with each other computer user. So for that, I'll be showing you in the next video how you can talk using a command prompt or how you can create a command using only a notepad to communicate with another system. That is basically happen. What happened is it work on the same network. Imagine if you connect two systems with the same Wi-Fi, then you can chat or you can send a signal from one system to another system, or else it won't work. So that's how it works. Okay, now talking about data. Program process data that you need to provide as input to your computer. If you if you remember from the previous video, we talked about input. So now we talk about data, right? So when I type, it means I input data to a computer. So that's how we input data to our system. See here, data can be in the form of text, graphic, audio, or video depending on the type of program. So whenever it's there, you copy or you download in your system, that is data. Program processes the data and displays the output on the screen. So imagine if I run, it display the output, right? If I write a plus a equal or 1 plus 1 equal 2, just like we did a calculation, the output will be displayed on the screen. If I play a video also, the output will be displayed on screen, right? That's how the data function. We input it, we feed the system, and the system display us the result. We can even save this output file. Imagine if I when I've typed everything, and then if I want to save it, I can easily save it directly, be it a PDF file or document file, or be it an image file if we do some editing. So we're talking about network. Network is a group of computers and associated devices that are linked together to facilitate sharing information. So when we say network, it doesn't mean like the tower, as you can see there's a large tower, big tower out there. It doesn't mean that it's a network. So it doesn't mean that also a network in our mobile devices, as you can see there's 4 or 5 bars in your cell phone. those doesn't mean network. So what we mean here by when we say networks, it means that a group of computer system not linked to one another. Let me give you an example. Imagine like we take a connection from Geo, right? So when we take a connection from Geo, there's thousands of user use Geo. So that's how we form a network. In computer term, that what is a network? That when a group of computer form together, join together, then it is form a network. So what network can do? It can be also used to share data and device such as printer. See, nowadays we have this wireless printer. What it can do is we can just hook it up to with an internet connection, and then we don't need wired. We can just easily print using wireless. Even we can print from our devices, that mean mobile devices. So that's how we can share data devices. So a typical network has the following three components. One is server, two is workstation, and three is a communication channel. So one is what is server is server is if we talk about server from the name itself also we understand serve. So what it mean by that is when we've input our data, we want something and then it respond back. That is a server. So imagine if I search in Google, I search technical error. So when I press the search or when I press enter, it will give me a lot of technical error in the page, which it's take merely take a minute or a second, millisecond, basically. So that's how fast the server respond. So if you talk about workstation, it's basically a computer system where you can walk there. And if you talk about here, a communication channel. When we say channel, be it dual, be it a single channel, not a TV channel or whatever you say, but here is when one is open, the other one also need to be open to communicate. See, that's the imagine if okay, WhatsApp. Let me give you an example of WhatsApp application. So if this one user doesn't turn on his internet and when you text him, the message won't be reaching him. It will reach him, but he won't see the message. Let me just say there's no blue tick, right? Since now we've worried about blue ticks and all those last hit stuff, so there's no blue tick. So that's how a channel work. That's how communication channel work. Both channel must be open in order to be efficient. For the internet, I'll be continuing in the next video. Just like I said earlier, make sure you do subscribe. There's a button here down below. Make sure you do press the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell icon just so that you'll get a notification when I release